For the final part of our onboarding, we're going to run you through a few do's and don'ts so you can get on well as an agency chef. Be on time. We know that sometimes life can throw curveballs at you and there can be a major road accident that you have no control over. But as much as we can control it, we should aim to be in the kitchen, dressed and ready to start work with time to spare. Unsurprisingly, our clients do tend to favour the more punctual chefs that we send to them.
Be prepared. Bring your knives, your whites, your crocs and your timesheets. I have on a couple of occasions forgotten my knives and it does not make the best first impression. And I'm sure you don't need reminding about timesheets. Remember, no timesheets, no pay.
Be presentable. Being scruffy and wearing unclean whites and aprons can make people assume that's how you work. So being clean, tidy and presentable is a really good way to make a great first impression.
Be professional and personable. If you're polite, courteous and hold yourself to high standards, you've laid a great foundation for building long-term relationships with clients. It won't shock you to hear that the chefs that are regularly requested by clients are the ones that hold themselves to high standards, both in their work and in their manner.
Get your signed timesheets, invoices and availability in on time. Timesheets are due by 10 a.m. on a Monday morning for payment the following Monday. If you send them after the invoicing procedure has been completed, you will not be paid until the Monday after that. The same goes for your availability. We need this by midday on a Wednesday every single week. If this is late and we haven't heard from you, chefs that have updated their availability will be prioritised.
Ask questions. I know it can be daunting being in an unfamiliar environment with people you don't know. Personally, I found it to be probably the hardest thing about the job. But nobody's going to bemoan you for asking questions and making sure you're doing exactly what the client wants.
Now for the don'ts. So don't lose your cool in the heat of the kitchen. Sometimes it can be easy to forget that this is a temp job, especially if you've been with a client for a while. But the bottom line is that if you don't like something, it's not your problem. So just hold yourself accountable to your own standards and move on.
Complain about the venue. Now, I know that chefing can throw up difficult and even ridiculous situations at times, but being able to be calm and collected in those situations is your superpower. If you do moan and complain about the place that you're working for, you're only going to be limiting the chances that they're going to ask for you to come back.
So please don't badmouth other optimal chefs in a bid to secure more work for yourself. I can understand the temptation with this, but this is something that really does harm the business. If you just simply focus on doing a great job for the client yourself, that client will request for you to go back anyway. If a client does get a chef that's been slated by other agency chefs, this can ultimately harm your own work if we lose them as a client and there isn't enough hours to go around.
Change things or make decisions about processes unless explicitly asked to by the client. Now, I've seen it on a few occasions where a chef decides, no, I'm not doing that, I'm going to do it my way. Invariably, it ends in tears. Remember, leave your ego at the door, do what the client asks for, and get your timesheet signed at the end of the day.